welcome to Saltiness Isn't Bliss. Thank you so much for your understanding. Took a much longer than planned break from the channel, but of course I've really missed just bringing you the tasty recipes that we've all come to know and love and kind of tweak in the kitchen and make it our own, put our own little spin on it, and of course cut down on all the extra and excess salt and sodium that is hiding and is added into so many other recipes out there. So thanks for spending time on the channel today. Thank you so much for all of your kind words and support. So let's get to it. Recipe of the day is veggie casserole. Great thing about this is it's just quick and easy. It doesn't require a lot of excess prep and it doesn't take a long time to cook. So we are going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. We're going to use a small baking pan, a square pan if you have it. If you don't, you can make it work for you. It doesn't have to be metal, it can be glass, anything that is oven safe. And we want to just coat that all the way around. So I'll get to that in just a minute. Next up, we want to take a bag of frozen veggies. If you don't have frozen, you can always substitute fresh. But we want to only microwave these half the time that it says on the bag. So the bag says 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to do 2.5 because we don't want them cooked all the way through or too soft when they go into our pan and go into the oven, because they will continue to cook in there. And so we're going to pop these in the microwave, cook them half the time, and then I'm going to cut a little corner off and just tip them and drain all the water out. So make sure if you're using a microwave bag, you drain that water out. If you're using fresh veggies, you're just going to cook them until they're about halfway done. And then of course drain the water out as well. All right, so I've just cooked my veggie medley there halfway in the microwave, drain the water out. Side note, if you are using a microwave frozen bag of veggies, you may have to squeeze the bag once you cut that corner off to get all the water to come out. It's a little bit, because they're not cooked all the way, the water wants to kind of stay in them. So once I squeezed it, all kinds of water came out. We're just going to set that aside for now. So next up, we're going to mix some ingredients. I've got some bowls here. You don't need a very large bowl. It's not very many ingredients, but we do have 2 separate bowls. We're going to kind of mix up the rest of our ingredients separately and then combine everything into our bowl with our veggies. So in this bowl, we're going to take, check this out guys, unsalted cream of mushroom soup. I did not know this existed. I can't tell you how happy I was to see this and find out it's out there. So it does still have some salt, but it is an incredibly small amount, especially compared to just a traditional can of mushroom soup or cream of mushroom soup. So what we want to do is we want to use half the can, and we want to just pop it in the bowl here. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball that and scoop it out. There's that. To that, we add a 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Of course, if you don't have shredded cheddar, you can substitute something else. And then we've got a 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice. I like to just go with the bottled juice. That's just quick and easy, but of course a fresh lemon will work just fine. So we're gonna pour all of that, or combine all of that in our bowl. And then with a whisk, we just want to whisk those ingredients together. Now, of course, if you don't have a whisk, you can use a spoon. You can use whatever's handy in your kitchen today. But just as long as you get it kind of nice and blended and creamy in that bowl there. There we go, that's pretty good. And you get that cheese kind of hidden within the soup. So there's that. Our next step is that we want to heat this up so that our cheese melts. So once we're combining it with our veggies in our bowl, we've got the cheese kind of already prepped. So I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. But you can always make it on the stovetop, so you can always combine this in a saucepan if that's easier for you. All right, so we've got a nice steam coming off that, And as we stir it, we can kind of see that cheese just blending into the soup. And of course, coming off the spoon. So these ingredients are ready. Just gonna set them aside for now. And now we mix our last 3 ingredients. I don't know why I got confused there. It's 3 and 3 into this bowl. So in this bowl here, we're gonna put, I'm gonna go with minced dried onion. I don't, me and onion, raw onion, just don't get along. So of course you can tweak this part any way you like, use any kind of onion you like, and any quantity of onion. And then we've got a 1/4 cup of mayo, and then 1 raw egg. So I am going to start with my egg. Crack that, put that in there. And now I'm gonna scoop my mayonnaise out of my measuring cup. So can't really tip this because the egg will spill out, but last step is to take whatever type of onion you're using and add that. I'm just gonna do that to taste, so probably about a teaspoon's worth. And then just take a whisk or a spoon. Most importantly, just make sure that egg yolk breaks up, and we want to just whisk or blend that until it's creamy. It should look something like that. Kind of have that texture to it. Kind of thickens up as you mix it, but the mayo kind of thins out a bit as it blends with the egg. All right, so now for the fun part. We're going to combine everything. So we have, I was thinking that was going to be hot. It's cold because we only cook these halfway. So we have our veggie mixture. We're going to add, spin that around for you guys. We're going to add in, there we go. We're going to add in our egg mixture. Now we add in our soup mixture, or you can flip that around. You can do the soup mixture and then the egg mixture. It's all going in the same bowl, so it doesn't really matter too much. But the reason that we mix them separately is because we do heat this one up to melt that cheese, whereas the other one, we're really just whisking and blending it together cold. Here it is pre-mixed. So now, whatever you've got handy, put this up here so you guys can see it a little better. We want to just evenly coat everything in the bowl. So basically we're prepping all our ingredients to be poured right into our coated pan. And then we have one last step before we're going to pop that in the oven. It's not in the oven very long, and then it's ready. All right, there is my prepared pan. Here is my veggie casserole going in. And then with the spatula or back of a spoon, just kind of evenly smooth and spread everything out in your pan. So it looks something like that. Of course, now it's trying to slide out of there. All right, last step. So we have 1/3 cup of dry stuffing mix in this bowl. Any stuffing mix will do. This is the one I'm using today. It's worked out well for me because I had just the right amount left in my package in the box. So now I can use that up. And we want to melt 1 tablespoon. I love to use unsalted butter because then we're not adding any additional salt into our recipe. So we want to melt that, combine it with our stuffing mix, and then just give it a real good stir. I apologize, guys, I'm using metal on ceramic and now metal on glass. Someone pointed that out to me a while ago, and I had never realized, you know, depending on how you're listening to this, that might be very loud and very noisy. So I apologize. I try to be very mindful of that. I need to get some more spatulas. I really do. Some more soft stuff. So we just give it a nice stir to evenly coat our stuffing mix. And then we're just going to spread that on top of our casserole. So I just kind of use my spoon and give it a little shake so that it kind of evenly spreads on there, but of course you can do it any way you like. You can even just shake the bowl over it, whatever's easiest. It's gonna look something like that. I've still got a little bit more to put on there. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. See you then. All right, piping hot out of the oven. Does get a nice little edge to it all the way around. That's kind of browned, which is always a good thing. Can we just take a moment and talk about this style pot holder? I know they've been around. This is my first time having one and I love it. I wasn't sure how I would feel about just one hand. I'm used to doing two-handed pot holders, but this is just so quick and easy, and of course adds a nice little pop of decor to our kitchen, which of course hubby is thrilled about. All right, on to getting this delicious, tasty dinner on a plate. I thought it would scoop right out. Of course it's not going to. Take a look at that, guys. All those layers of flavor, all those different veggies, and just, oh, I love cauliflower, and right there is just a huge hunk of cauliflower. Of course, cauliflower is not your thing. Use veggies that you love. Use stuff that makes you happy in this veggie casserole recipe. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.